Hello. So I was sitting here today working on a video for this channel actually, and somebody linked me Dota2.com/Marci. And I thought, God damn it, BSJ, quit trying to fish and steal my account and steal my pudge hooks. You're not getting them. And so I clicked it anyway. It's real. She's here, and so is patch 7.30E. And so let's take a look. What do we got here? Okay, so Marci's Q ability is Dispose. It grabs an allied or enemy target and throws it effortlessly behind her, damaging and stunning the enemy unit. The unit, if it's an enemy, any enemy units in the landing area will also be damaged and stunned. This does 280 damage, 2.1 second stun duration. Let's see what the throw distance is. Pretty good. I mean, we saw at TI what the repositioning element to the game can add, and it's a lot. It can literally win a TI. So, and this works on allies as well. So that's really good. I could see her building a Blink Dagger and being like some sort of initiator / save hero with this. Rebound. Her W, vector targeted. Marci bounds towards the targeted unit, choosing a direction and distance. She will spring away from it. Upon reaching the unit, Marci lunges to her final destination, damaging and slowing enemies in the area. If she runs to an ally, then it receives a 35% movement bonus for 5 seconds. And this does 300 damage. So on a 9-second cooldown, 3 seconds slow duration. So she's very mobile, and yeah, it doesn't actually seem like she needs a Blink Dagger to use her Q ability, because you would just use this to jump on somebody and toss them out, right? Man, this seems really good. And the damage numbers are quite high, and I feel like the stats are high too, like the move slow, 60%. Damn, dude, this could be really good. Sidekick, Marci. Her loyalty helps ensure survival, imbuing a chosen allied hero and herself with lifesteal and attack damage. So 50% lifesteal, 65 bonus damage, 12-second cooldown, 6-second duration, only 30 mana cost. So this is like Monkey King's Jingu, except no charges, and on an ally, do they share lifesteal? It doesn't look like it, but they both get lifesteal. Wow, this is really good. She's giving me offlaner vibes. I feel like she does the initiation, slowing, buffing. Like, you could get a solar crest on her, and it would be really good. You just, like, put this on somebody and solar them, then toss somebody out. Unleash. Marci's ultimate taps a hidden power, gaining fury charges that allow her to deliver a rapid sequence of strikes. The last strike in every fury combo creates a damaging pulse around the target that slows movement and attack speed for 2 seconds. In between fury combos, Marci is unable to attack for 1.5 seconds, but it looks like she could use abilities, move, and so forth. Marci receives a basic Dispel when Unleash is cast and gains a 15% move speed bonus. Basic Dispel. That's very good. And this is an 18-second duration. 5 strikes per fury, 220 pulse damage, 100 pulse attack slow, so you can't just turn and trade with her if she does this. Dude, this is 1/3 of the time uptime on an ultimate. Like, imagine if she has a basher and she's hitting you this quickly. You're just, like, jumping all over the place, bashing the shit out of people. Bro, I unironically feel like just offlane rush basher sounds really good on Marci, and she seems like she'd be, I don't know, maybe I'm just dumb, but I feel like this is going to be like a 60% win rate hero. This looks so good, especially when paired with her other stuff as well. That's crazy. Okay, so let's see what they actually added in the patch. Okay, so small camps XP bounties reduced by 10%. Thank God everybody was just slamming that shit from the mid lane. Battle Fury, bonus damage from 55 to 60 because nobody's building this. Quell, bonus damage from 18 to 15. So still about the same for like creep farming. I didn't even know this was 18 and not 15. But I think Battle Fury is still going to be a rough item. Bottle Rune Store duration reduced by 30 seconds because everybody was just holding runes, and it meant that you just couldn't do anything. If some guy has like an illusion rune, he can just dispel your shit. That was a pain in the ass, so that's nerfed a little bit. Crimson Guard recipe cost from 875 to 800, which I still think that for what this item does, it's a little too expensive over Vanguard. Echo Saber cooldown increased from 5 to 6 seconds because people are still building this, even though it's been nerfed. Fey Grenade no longer applies your attack damage, which means it's a lot shittier on like Elder Titan, Earthshaker, Tiny, these high attack damage heroes. But the DPS has been increased from 20 to 35, so almost doubled. So I think this still might be good. It's just for different reasons. Falcon Blade Recipe cost from 225 to 250, so putting that shit back in the dumpster because it's only a stat item. Guardian Greaves, recipe cost from 1600 to 1500. Still, like Crimson Guard, I think there's just a problem with the item, and reducing it by 100 is not quite enough. Heart of Tarask, recipe cost reduced from 1300 to 1200, which is putting it back to what it was in a previous patch. Helm of Iron Will, cost increase from 950 to 975, because if you don't build this as an offlaner, you're a bad offlaner. Holy Locket, heal amplification from 35% to 30%. This is such a good item, such a stat effective item that basically, like, it makes healing heroes OP. And so that means it's a little too good. So yeah, get it in the dumpster. Hurricane Pike, recipe cost from 450 to 350. And I believe this is like the first or second, their second or third buff that Hurricane Pike has received recently. So I could actually see this item getting picked up a lot more. Lincoln Sphere, all stats increased from 14 to 16. Damn, Lincoln Sphere has gotten a lot of buffs. I actually predict Lincoln Sphere is going to be a really strong carry item. Mage Slayer, debuff duration increased from 4 to 6. Attack speed increased from 15 to 20. Look out for this item too, man, because this was being picked up a lot at the start of the previous patch because of the just cost efficiency of the stats that you get on it, and now it's even better. So I think Mage Slayer is going to be super broken soon. Mjolnir, attack speed from 65 to 70 because everybody's getting Gleipnir. Psychic Headband no longer triggers. Lincoln Sphere, rest in pepperonis to this item because that was the only reason people picked it up, really, unless you're like a pathetic Pudge or Lion who just wants that little tiny bit of cast range. Satanic, bonus damage reduced from 55 to 45. Still too good. Item still OP. Shadowblade, attack damage reduced from 25 to 20. Silver Edge, attack damage reduced from 60 to 52. Attack speed reduced from 40 to 35 because nobody's getting Daedalus anymore. Just Silver Edge, and so that balances out a little bit. Skullbasher, recipe cost from 900 to 825. I am going to predict, I think Skullbasher is going to be a very OP early item for certain heroes. Nightstalker, Marci, hell, get it on Anti-Mage. Battle Fury Skullbasher, let's go. Swift Blink, attack speed and damage reduced from 50 to 45, which I'm kind of surprised about because I don't feel like people are getting Swift Blink that often, ever since the move speed cap removal nerf. Veil of Discord no longer amplifies attack-based spells like Cleaves, Splashes, Damage Return, etc. BSJ is rolling in his grave. Vladimir's offering recipe cost from 500 to 400, so it's reduced. And then the Helm of the Overlord recipe cost from 1225 to 1325. So that's a Helm of the Overlord buff, which is shocking because everybody was getting this on offlane like an offlane Beastmaster because you get the Vlad sooner now. That's really good. Witchblade, intelligence increased from 12 to 14. Wraithband, armor bonus from 1.5 to 2. So Witchblade, when this was a cost-efficient item for the stats, like Puck was OP, lots of heroes were building this first item mid, so look out for that. Wraithband, whenever this has high armor on this item, people build it on strength heroes. It sounds weird, but it's a very cheap item for the armor, and Agi heroes already have armor. So, Pudge offlane Wraithband, let's go. Hero updates. Alchemist, strength gain from 2.7 to 2.9. Still shit. Axe, Battle Hunger, slow/boost from 12% to 12% through 15%. People are only really going one extra level on this, maybe in the laning phase, so I don't think it's that effective. Bane, base damage reduced by 2. That's always a huge nerf. People definitely underestimate small damage and base stat nerfs. This, especially on a hero that's like all about having high base stats and harassing in the lane. Nightmare cooldown from 22 through 13 to 24 through 15, so 2 extra seconds on it, which you could actually perma Nightmare people with the talent, with Octarine Core, and then with the status resistance neutral item, which, not that 5 Bane was getting that, but just to give you an idea of how OP Nightmare was. So good riddance on that. Talents, 10 armor, or the 10 talent from 6 armor to 5. So a little bit of a nerf on the stats there. Broodmother, base move speed increased from 275 to 280, and this is on a hero that has percentage move speed modifiers, so that's always a big deal. Spin web, charge replenish time from 40 to 30. So if you go somewhere and cast webs, you're not just fucked now, which is really nice. Talent, 15 talent from 15 seconds off the spin web recharge time to minus 10 seconds. I don't even know if you need that because of this charge replenish time buff. That's really good. Broodmother is a underrated hero, in my opinion. Chen, base damage increased by 2, so better at just punching people in the laning stage. Hand of God, mana cost reduced by 50 at all levels. Penitence, mana cost reduced by 15 at max level. Not super significant, but the base damage definitely is. Doom, Cast range has been reduced from 550 to 500. It's kind of just a nerf to T1 in LGD to some degree. Like, I don't feel like Doom is seeing that much play in pubs or competitive otherwise. Draw range or base move speed increased from 290 to 295. She definitely needs it. Marksmanship agility bonus from 25% through 45% to 30% through 50%. And this is a hero that has some ridiculous damage once you go late game. So I don't know. I feel like Drow was good before, so we'll see. Earthshaker Fissure mana cost increased from 110 through 170 to 125 through 170, so it's still the same thing at max level. Enchant Totem Scepter no longer grants cleave to ranged heroes, so that was just morphling. Like, that's just a morphling nerf. Elder Titan Astral Spirit move speed per hero rescaled from 7% to 5 through 8%, so better on a core Elder Titan because you're going to get that maxed out quickly. Bonus damage per hero from 20 through 80 to 14 through 80. So still good on core, any hero that's going to max out Astral, any role, I should say. Vision range reduced from 400 to 350 because people actually were utilizing the vision a lot better during TI. Ember Spear, activate Fire Remnant cast point from 0 to 0.1. That's a pretty big deal, I would say, because, like, imagine your ping to, I don't know, like the second closest server to you. Maybe you're in between two servers. Like, if you're in NA, your ping to Europe is like 100. If you're in Europe, your ping to NA is 100, which is pretty bad. So that's now the cast point on this. So instant cast heroes can actually catch Ember Spirit. And the Fire Remnant, Scepter no longer reduces mana cost, so this fucker can't just keep spamming it with like, you know, almost no punishment. Good. Grimstroke, Inkswell buff duration reduced from 4 to 3. So they just reverted the last change that they did to Grimstroke, which he was OP when it was 3 seconds. So I would say it's pretty safe to say Grim's going to be good again. Io, Tether, Shard speed bonus reduced from 10 to 8%, which I don't think is the important thing from the Shard. The 10 talent reduced from 5 health regen to 4. 20 talent from minus 30 seconds off the relocate cooldown to minus 25 seconds. None of these are huge changes. Keeper of the Light, Solar Bind magic resistance reduction from 15 through 30% to 16 through 34%. I still think a big problem with him is the fact that it's hard for him to clear creep waves and get all the last hits. Spirit Form, Illuminate heal from 30 through 60% to 40 through 60%. But then again, maybe people will just get a Veil of Discord. I thought Caudle was an underrated hero and not picked enough at TI. Lena, Dragon Slave cooldown increased from 8 to 9. Fiery Soul move speed per stack, so this is not the attack speed, this is move speed per stack from 5 through 8% to 4 through 7%, which is pretty important because people build Boots of Travel on her, so the 1% is more effective on a hero that has way higher base move speed. Talents, 10 talent from minus 2.5 seconds Dragon Slave cooldown to minus 3.5 to make up for the 1 second on the cooldown. The 10 talent from 30 damage to plus 25. And so that's one thing to be said about this talent is that people often go for the damage talent instead of it because she is a right-clicking hero. So this nerf to the cooldown is pretty big on Dragon Slave. Lion, Earth Spike mana cost increased from 70 through 160 to 85 through 160. That's insignificant. Lycan, Wolf Bite, Scepter cooldown now matches Shapeshift, 80 to 125 through 95. So really it's a 15-second nerf because people are really only getting this later on in the game. Scepter now causes the target to have a fully fixed 150 attack range, so no more tiny Lycan bullshit with the tree. That's cool. Magnus, this is just going to be collapse nerfs. Horn Toss Shard now applies a 100% move speed and attack speed slow instead of a stun. I see. But it is for 1.25 seconds, which is a lot longer than 0.75. And the shard damage is now done at the start rather than at the end, of course, because that means that you cannot just blink dagger out of it. So like Queen of Pain would do really well versus Magnus because she can just literally blink out of it because this is not rooting you or anything like that. And then the skewer range has been reduced by 75, and then the talent has been reduced by 50. So the skewers are no longer from the enemy fountain into your fountain. It's just from the enemy ancient into your fountain. Very good. I think the Horn Toss nerf is the biggest thing. Horn Toss is pretty bad now. Medusa, agility gained from 3.6 to 3.4, which is shocking because people don't really pick her that much. Talents, 20 talent from 35%. Mystic Snake mana gain to 30%. All right. Well, I didn't think she was all that great before. Monkey King base move speed from 305 to 300 because people don't build boots on that hero. Primal Spring cooldown reduced by 1 second at max level, which is good because this fucker just spams shit. And then the Boundless Strike cooldown has been increased by 2 seconds at max level, which, like I said, he just sits in trees and spams stuff. So these are actually big nerfs to the way that he likes to play. He's a very spammy hero. Morphling, agility gain from 4.1 to 3.9, and then the Morph, Scepter no longer reduces cooldown. So they're really just hard nerfing these Morph Scepter combos, which I think is fair. Having 100% uptime on something and then just essentially winning once you get to like a Scepter is kind of fucked up. I mean, it's a late timing, but it's still frustrating to just lose to that. Omni Knight, this is arguably the worst hero in the game. Base armor increased by 1. Wow, that's decent. Degen Aura, slow from 10 through 37 to 14 through 38%. And this is an ability that, remember, people were going stats over this at TI. So, I don't know. I still think this is probably a bad hero, like a really bad hero. OD, Essence Flux Mana Restore from 20 through 50% to 30 through 60%. Wow, dude. So they're just +1 leveling it. Like, you just get +1 level at all levels. That's really good. 10 talent from 15 attack speed to 20. Okay, OD, yeah. He probably needs a couple more patches before he's OP again, but this is in the right direction. Pudge, Meat Hook, mana cost reduced from 135 to 110. Wow, God knows he needs that. So 25 mana off of that. Dude, Jungle Pudge looking pretty good, dog. I mean, this is a really high damage ability. Like, it's great for... All right, Pudge... Gee, okay, I gotta not count my chickens before they hatch here, all right? But this seems good. Dismember, Shard Ally Regen reduced from 6% to 5%, which is fair, because I think the most important component to the Shard is that you make somebody immortal, essentially. And the Shard is the only good thing about Pudge. So this is huge for Pudge. Legit, it's huge. Pugna, Nether Blast, cast range from 450 to 500. So another buff to this. Talents, level 10 talent from 175 health to 200. And then from 15 move speed to 20. So little buffs to Pugna here or there. And, maybe one more he'll be OP. Or if like, Null Talisman becomes OP or something like that. Snapfire, Scatter Blast, Shard Stun duration reduced from 2 to 1.5 because everybody was going for this hero at TI. Spectre, Shadow Step, Scepter cooldown from 30 to 40, which is still short. 10 talent from 5 seconds off Spectral Dagger to 4 seconds off Spectral Dagger. I still think just the way that she gets to play once she picks up the Ags, she's still good for that same reason. Spirit Breaker, base strength increased by 1. Base move speed from 290 to 295. Nether Strike damage from 100 through 250 to 125 through 275. I'm going to say, I feel like this hero, even though it's the one hero that wasn't picked throughout all of TI, I thought it was good before TI and just underrated. I still think it's kind of underrated. The win rate's good in pro-level pubs, and these base nerfs, or these base stat changes, people vastly underestimate how good they are. 5 move speed on a hero that already has move speed percentage modifiers and does more damage based on move speed. That's big. Storm Spirit, base damage reduced by 2. Electric Vortex cooldown from 16 to 22 through 16, because this has been a 1-point wonder for literally as long as I can remember, so that's fair. Tidehunter, Anchor Smash, mana cost increased by 10. Okay, that's pretty big for him in terms of nerfs, because he's not a hero that really builds that many mana items, and yet he spams this ability. Tinker, Heat-Seeking Missile, as non-British or Canadian people say it. Mana cost increased from 80 through 125 to 95 through 125, so just making it less of a spammable thing in the early game. Laser, Scepter bonus range from 300 to 200, and I don't think the Scepter is the most OP thing about this. I mean, I think Tinker was nerfed in the previous patch enough that he's not insanely OP, just really strong, and I think this is still about the same. He's still a strong hero. Tiny, Tree Throw unit, bonus damage reduced from 25 to 20%. Now matches the Tree Grab value. Splash now equals the Tree Grab splash values from 200% to 40 through 60 through 80 through 100%. Okay, so that's a pretty big nerf to his burst damage. Tree Grab building damage from 90 through 180% to 70 through 160%. Thank Gaben, man. I'm so sick of this hero killing one of my heroes, then hits my fucking racks, then 2 shots. It's so annoying. Talents, 15 talent from 30%. Tree Grab unit damage to 20%. Tooltip was 15 before, but was doing double damage. Great. Very good. Void Spirit, Dissimulate. Cast point increased from 0.2 to 0.3. Okay. Once again, another 100 milliseconds on top of that. That's pretty big. Shard bonus, damage reduced from 200 to 175. I'm sick of getting 2-shot by this guy. Talents, 20 talent from 14% spell amp to 12%. 25 talent from Dissimulate stuns for 2 seconds to 1.75 seconds. This shit was 3 second stun at a point. It was nuts. So Void Spirit's late game. I mean, his late game is nuts, and so it's good that they're nerfing that. Warlock Shadow Word cast range from 450 through 900 to 600 through 900, so you're no longer walking into fucking melee range to cast it on people in the lane. Weaver, base mana regen reduced from 0.75 to 0.5. Time-lapse Scepter cast range has been reduced from 600 to 500 again. This was a dog shit item, and it is again. You needed an Ether to make up for it. Now you definitely need one. Ether Blink. Talents, 10 talent from 60 Sakuchi damage to 50. Were people even going for that talent? Everybody went for the Strength talent. Zeus. Move speed from 310 to 315, and the Lightning Bolt stun duration increased from 0.2 to 0.3. Ooh, be careful with that, because there's a stun duration talent as well, and so perma-stunning people becoming more of a reality with refresher orb. So yeah, Zeus is he's okay. He's got a very low win rate otherwise. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching, guys. Enjoy the patch. I'm gonna go spam some Marci, not Marci, and I'll hopefully see you guys in another video.